right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Dynamic pattern. The changes coming over the weekend and early next week that could bring us some rain or snow. Why snow lovers don't need to get too excited just yet.
Searching for trouble? Tonight we verify why you may need to think twice before clicking on a Google search. Our top story, gunfire rings in the new year on both sides of the river.
They were all in bed and my sister heard it. Her kids woke up.
Cars and homes hit with bullets in South St. Louis, and a near miss for a Metro East firefighter.
If I was on that side of the truck, I wouldn't be standing here today at all.
Good evening and Happy New Year. I'm Mike Bush. Kelly Jackson has the night off. Tonight, a Camp Jackson firefighter says he's lucky to be alive after a bullet came flying through the firehouse door and just inches from hitting him. New tonight, our Laura Barczewski talked with that firefighter and his chief, who's taking action. Laura.
Mike, while the Camp Jackson fire chief says they expected celebratory gunfire on New Year's Eve, they didn't expect it to hit their home away from home.
It was a pretty slow New Year's Eve for the Camp Jackson Fire Protection District, which kept them at the firehouse. That's normally a good thing.
We were watching the ball drop the course. The members were back here at this table playing board games, eating snacks, whatever you have it. And all of a sudden we just heard a loud pop. And we heard a bunch of glass flying.
A bullet came flying through the garage door window, inches from firefighter Miles Hogan's head, who was grabbing his belongings from the fire truck.
As I was walking, I heard a gunshot. I didn't know where it came from, and I looked over and I saw glass shattered everywhere. So I retreat to the back towards where the rest of the firefighters at, and that's when my chief, Chris Davis, says, everybody grab your tech vest.
He's talking about bulletproof vests that many of them have purchased for themselves, something several years ago they didn't think they'd ever need.
The way the world's changing, the way I feel, the different things I've seen in my 34-year career is just need to be more vigilant.
Chief Chris Davis doesn't think it was targeted because of the timing. It hit the building right at midnight, just as the police calls for celebratory gunfire picked up.
I know a lot of us didn't go to bed till 5 a.m. or so. I know the gunfire continued way past midnight. You're talking 3 or 4 o'clock. It sounded like a war zone.
Hogan says he wants people to think twice before firing their guns into the air because that bullet has to land somewhere.
Because if I was on that side of the truck, I wouldn't be standing here today at all.
Chief Chris Davis says they haven't been able to find the bullet and are now left with unexpected expenses to get one of their main garage doors fixed. Mike.
Laura, thanks. A St. Louis couple's luck was tested while celebrating the new year at River City Casino. They found a bullet lodged in their windshield when they left early this morning.
I'm very grateful we were not in the car. That's the main thing, because I don't know, it might have penetrated their windshield and hit her or me or whatever. So I'm just grateful that we're alive and well.
The couple says a new windshield will cost them $500 or more. Many shots fired calls kept St. Louis police busy overnight. Police believe a group of gunmen randomly shot up cars and homes in a southeast neighborhood and then sprayed a short-term rental during a party. New tonight, our Robert Townsend is tracking it all from our newsroom. Robert?
Mike, tonight police are still looking for the New Year's Eve culprits who gave those holiday revelers quite a scare and left one family adding up all the damage to their car. It was just 2 hours into the new year.
With my family coming in from Boston and Baltimore and Indiana.
And Kim Cole's visiting family members rang in 2024.
And found this Airbnb that was close to the garden, walking distance and close to my office, so we rented it.
But suddenly they heard a barrage of gunfire over the South Side Airbnb where they were staying in the 4100 block of Shaw.
They were all in bed and my sister heard it. Her kids woke up.
The family went outside and couldn't believe what they saw.
It's sad for people from out of town to see this side of St. Louis.
Cole says someone fired bullets into her husband's parked car, flattened 2 tires, and that's not all.
And a bullet all the way through the car and another bullet that grazed it.
St. Louis Police Department's real-time crime center says they got a call that occupants in a sedan rode down Shaw Avenue and randomly opened fire on homes. It's also believed bullets shattered windows on neighbors' cars.
It's just senseless. It's not needed. It doesn't help anything. It just gives St. Louis a bad reputation.
Police say a short time later, they went just a few blocks away and found a short-term two-story rental home in the 4300 block of Hunt Avenue, riddled with bullet holes. They say about 200 people were inside during a New Year's Eve party. Incredibly, no one was hurt. A neighbor says back windows on the house were also shot out. Police recovered at least 40 shell casings back on Shaw Avenue.
Not good for the people that live here.
This disappointed holiday reveler is still giving thanks.
I'm just thankful my whole family was staying in that house, and I'm very thankful and feel blessed that nobody was hurt.
Cole says she's now thinking twice about the next time she puts her family in an Airbnb in St. Louis. St. Louis police say they received so many shots fired calls last night that they actually stopped counting after they received 1,000 ShotSpotter calls.
And Robert, in contrast to all that news we started with tonight, 2023 will go down as one of the safest years in St. Louis City in a decade. It's also the second sharpest year-over-year decline in homicides since 1995. There were 158 murders in 2023, down considerably from 200 the year before. Those numbers, though, not yet considered official or final until police publish their year-end report. Well, a cold start to 2024 in St. Louis. Temperatures will drop into the 20s tonight, but Weather First Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is tracking a slight warm-up as many of you head back to work tomorrow.
And it'll be just that, Mike. It's a slight warm-up and brief. Tomorrow back into the 40s for highs. Tonight, though, temperatures are really dropping off west of St. Louis where the sky has cleared. Still have clouds over much of the metro area right now. At Lambert, it's still cloudy, but that's not impacting air travel. Everybody's in and out. Here's our nighttime cloud detection. Looking at the satellite picture of those yellow shadings, that's the low cloud cover. The back edge of that is now working into western St. Charles County, eastern Franklin County, and pushing towards the metro area. Once we get into that clearing sky, temperatures will drop off pretty quickly overnight. It's already in the 20s to our west, and then a few high wispy clouds later on tonight. See where it's cleared out? Rollins down to 24, so is Salem. It's 27 in Warrenton, 32 in Alton. Scott Air Force Base over to Mount Vernon, Flora, still above freezing right now because you still have the cloud cover. It's going to take a while, but mainly dry weather this week. There will be more clouds than sunshine overall, but tomorrow should be a little bit brighter than today and warmer too. Then it cools back off a bit, and as we head towards the weekend, we'll watch a rain and snow chance. More on that coming up in a bit, Mike.
All right, Scott. Developing tonight, we're following two crashes. We start in Kirkwood, where a pedestrian was hit along Kirkwood Road near Martin Luther King Drive. This is a busy stretch of road near the entrance of Vianney High School. We're still working to get more details for you, but we're told the victim was conscious and taken to the hospital. Tonight, a crash involving a St. Louis police cruiser and a moped is under investigation. That crash happened about 2 hours ago near the intersection of Utah and Jefferson in South City. Within the last 10 minutes, police confirmed there were minor injuries. This is the third crash involving an SLMPD cruiser in recent weeks. Tonight, the Lincoln County Sheriff continues to investigate a deadly shooting of a 16-year-old boy. The shooting happened yesterday morning at a home on Dodson Road. That's outside Troy on the east side of Quiver River State Park. Investigators are only telling us that the shooting stemmed from a domestic disturbance and no word yet on any arrests. The new year means a pay raise for minimum wage workers in both Missouri and Illinois. In Missouri, it's now $12.30 per hour, up from $12. Over in Illinois, the hourly rate jumps from $13 to $14. For local business owners like Aaron Park, a bump in his employees' pay means the price tags inside his Arch apparel stores may have to be raised.
I'm excited for them to be able to provide more for them, but it will be interesting to see how that trickles down into the cost at retail level for the consumer.
The minimum wage in Missouri and Illinois are well above the federal standard, which is only $7.25 an hour. Scammers are trying to buy their way into your Google search to trick you into downloading malware. Tonight, our Verify team reveals their latest tactic and how you can stay safe searching online. Here's Brandon Lewis.
A viral tweet with nearly 200,000 views warns you should be careful when clicking on sponsored results from a Google search because you could end up on a scammer's website. But can Google ads really redirect people to websites different from the one displayed in the ad? Let's verify. Our sources are the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Google, and cybersecurity company Malwarebytes. When you search for something on Google, you'll sometimes see results at the top labeled sponsored, because companies can pay Google to get listed first. In 2022, the FBI warned scammers are buying sponsored results to impersonate brands and send users to their malicious websites, a practice known as malvertising. Earlier this month, Malwarebytes found scammers purchased ads that displayed Zoom's official URL, but actually took people to a convincing fake website that prompted them to download malware instead. Officially, these sorts of ads are banned by Google, but a spokesperson acknowledged to Verify that it still happens. In 2022, the company removed more than 1 billion ads that violated their rules. So, yes, Google Ads can redirect people to websites different from the one displayed in the ad. The best way to stay safe is to avoid clicking on sponsored links in your search results and to always double-check the URL. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
What would you like us to verify? Just send an email to verify@ksdk.com. Someone could be starting off the new year as a new multi-millionaire. Tonight's Powerball jackpot has grown to an estimated $810 million. That's the 5th largest in the game's history. The one-time lump sum cash payment now stands at $409 million before taxes. The winning numbers were drawn just minutes ago. Here they are. Check your tickets. 12, 21, 42, 44, 49, and the Powerball is 1. He was a boy with no name.
He walked around for 5 years, basically as a ghost.
The tragic start to his life that turned into a bureaucratic nightmare, and how his grandmother's persistence finally cut through the red tape. CAW will remain the law in St. Louis. New details tonight about the Battlehawks' future and the new United Football League.
This active pattern in the Pacific sets up across the country next week. Why it's far from clear where the winter weather will be most impactful.